Philippians chapter 3. There are three things every Christian needs to know about Jesus. If you don't know these three things practically, your Christianity will be built on a faulty foundation. Philippians chapter 3. That I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death. It is not enough to come to church. It's not enough to say you are born again. Three fundamental things you need to know about Jesus. One, you need to know about his birth, how he was born. Two, you need to know about his death, how he died, and why he died. Three, you need to know about his resurrection. So in Christendom all over the world, we celebrate Christmas, the birth of Jesus. Then we also celebrate Easter, the death and resurrection of Jesus. Please follow me carefully. Until you have a practical revelation of these three things, you will not be able to function as a Christian. You will only be a Christian by religion, not a practical Christian. There is no disputing that Jesus was born. Born of a virgin. Born in Bethlehem of Judea in time of Herod the king. Where there is dispute, where people, are you still here? Where people argue, where, see, all the religions in the world, they don't argue about Jesus. Are you still here? They don't argue. They say Jesus was a great man, was a prophet. They agree. But that he died and rose again, that's where the argument is. This is where the argument is. They said no, he did not die and rise again. That Jesus did not rise from the dead. This is the argument that they carry. If as the church of Jesus Christ, we are going to carry this gospel to the world, then we must be able to not just preach that he rose from the dead, but we are supposed to be able to demonstrate it. Yeah, I can't wait to get the side here. Because that's where the argument. Now let me show you where the argument started about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. It started in Matthew chapter 28. On the day that Jesus rose from the dead, they started lying about him. That's it. Back to Matthew chapter 28. The power of the resurrection. That's the message. Verse 9. And as they went to tell his disciples, behold, Jesus met them, saying, all hail. And they came and held him by the feet and worshipped him. Then said Jesus unto them, be not afraid. Go tell my brethren that they go into Galilee, and there shall they see me. Now, when they were going, behold, some of the watch came into the city, and showed unto the chief priest all the things that were done. The soldiers were the first to know that Jesus rose from the dead. Because when the angel came and opened the door, they pretended to be dead men. They were afraid of the angel. So they formed as if they were dead. They knew that indeed Jesus rose from the dead. Because by the time they would have realized themselves, they would have seen that the stone had been rolled away and the place was empty. And they knew that no human being came there to do that. So they went to the chief priest that paid them to guide the tomb of Jesus. Look at what they did. Look at the conspiracy against Jesus. Look at the conspiracy against his message. This is the number one message that Satan does not want the world to hear today. That he rose from the dead. Look at this. Verse 12. And when they were assembled with the elders and are taking counsel, they gave them large money. They gave large money unto the soldiers. Who gave money to the soldiers? The chief priest. So even the chief priests, the Pharisees, they knew that Jesus rose from the dead. So they had to gather money and bribe the soldiers. It's not today that soldiers are taking bribes. Huh? They bribed the soldiers. What did they bribe them to do? So what they told them to do. Verse 13. Saying, his disciples came by night and stole him away while we slept. Did you see that? Satan began to pay people to lie against the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The soldiers know that he rose from the dead. The Pharisees knew he rose from the dead. So they gathered money. This is how important it was to them, that no other person should know about this thing. Now, why Jesus on the other side? Why the angels on the other side were telling people, go and tell people that he has risen from the dead? The soldiers were paid. Go and tell people the opposite, that this man, while we were sleeping, we are human beings, we all sleep. While we were sleeping, his disciples came and stole his body. So it was message versus message. Most people in the world were not there when Jesus rose from the dead. They had to depend on the message they would hear from other people. Are you still here? Please follow me carefully. Are you still here? We have a lot of people in Nigeria today, we have a lot of people all over the world, that they really want to serve God. They really want to know the truth. But where they were born, they have not encountered anybody that could tell them the truth. Many of us, we are born in a Christian family, so it was easy for you. If you have been born somewhere else, it will be difficult for you, because you are taught something else. And when they are teaching them, they tell them something else about Jesus. Are you still here? They tell them something else about Jesus. That there was a good man that was called Jesus. There was a great man that was called Jesus. But they don't tell them that he was the Son of God. They don't tell them that he died and rose from the dead. So guess who is going to tell them? Guess who is going to tell them? Guess where we are going today? What better day it is to tell them, but that the day they were back and rose from the dead. That they may know him and the power of his resurrection. So 3 questions to answer quickly before we go out this morning.